Hey, hey, we're back. I'm back on live. Did you miss me? It's been 2 weeks since I've been live. So, yeah. Sorry, someone's texting me right now. Eek. Okay, I don't know how to turn that off. Hopefully it's not annoying to you guys. Is it loud? I don't know. Anyway. So, welcome, welcome. Come on in. When you're here, don't forget to introduce yourself and say hello so that I can say hi to you. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to turn off texting. I don't know if I can. Weird thing about going live on your phone is that you often get lots of pop-ups on here to remind you that you're on your phone instead of a camera setup. But I'm not smart enough to figure out a camera computer setup. So yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody. Let's talk about summer and let's talk about the Denver meetup and a few other things. So if you are here, don't forget to say hello so I can say hello back. And then we'll first talk about the Denver meetup and then we will talk about the summer that we're heading into. So who is here? Barry Hughes, hello. Thank you for the compliment. Jennifer Costa, good morning. Jennifer's my good buddy. We met in real life now. If I meet you in real life, gotta be my good buddy. And Teresa, Keto Fat Girl No More, my awesome bandhammer girl, who I'm going to meet someday because she is awesome. Anna Garcia from Houston, hello. Karen Rothwell, also my awesome moderator here on the chat. I appreciate you being here, and I have met Karen in real life, and she is the fantastic real deal. Love her so much. Love Omad from Grenada in the Caribbean. Oh, I want to come visit you. That sounds fun. How do you say that? Am I saying that wrong? Is it Caribbean or something completely different? You can't really tell me. Oh well. Oh my gosh, you guys. So yeah, it has been, oh, I said it right. Which way though? Caribbean or Caribbean? So first way is Caribbean. Second way is Caribbean. Which one's right? One or two? I gotta know. First way, Caribbean. Good to know. All right. I would love to someday. I was planning to go to Mexico, as you guys know, but apparently that fell through because I haven't heard from the girl in like months. So apparently we're not going to Mexico, which is a total bummer. But we are going to Denver. Leaving on Sunday. We're driving straight through. We will be in Denver, Dave and I think from Monday to Thursday. I am not 100% sure on which day we are leaving to go back home. We are planning a keto meetup on the 11th at night. It will be at a restaurant. I have some awesome ladies working on that. Julia C. is finding us a place. I am so far behind, I haven't organized getting that super well together. But if you want to be in the loop of being notified of where the meetup will be, don't forget to email me at ketochaos@gmail.com with Denver Meetup in the title so that I can search Denver Meetup and find all the people and add you all to our email list or text group or whatever the heck I end up doing to help everybody find me, because I really like to get together. And if you can't come to the meetup and you just want to get together in the day, I might be able to work that out. I'm literally doing nothing all day long. Dave's at a conference, and so I'm going to be bored out of my mind doing nothing. And I haven't even had a chance to like even Google Denver, like fun things to do in Denver. Also, I'm terribly social, and I can't imagine going and doing fun things in Denver by myself, because that sounds lame. So yeah. Anyway, if you want to hang out, I'm going to be bored. Everybody's like, oh, you're going to have a vacation. You're just going to relax and not have anything to do. And I'm like, do you guys know me very well? Do I look like someone who does well with not having anything to do? Like, what on earth am I going to do with myself all day, every day while he's in this conference? I'm lay around watching TV? Go swim? I don't even have a swimsuit that fits me. Guess I should go shopping. I don't know. Like, what am I going to do? I don't even know what I'm going to do. So if anybody wants to hang out, let me know, because I'm probably going to be looking for something to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, at least. So the 11th, which is Tuesday. Is that right? I think so. Tuesday night, we're getting together for dinner. All right, so that's the whole thing about the Denver meetup. I'm sorry I'm so spacey about getting it together. literally, I'm just coming back down to earth from the crazy space that is my life, and I'm finding myself overwhelmed with the amount of things that got like brushed under the rug while I was busy. I had so much fun though, you guys. Last week was amazing. We did not have a day off. We had dress rehearsals and performances at different studios. My daughter graduated from high school, and she also graduated from our church's seminary program. So it was crazy. And then last night we just went to a fun little show. So we actually got to relax a little bit yesterday, but I'm still working on some picture orders and trying to figure out where I'm at that way with all of the crazy stuff that is kind of like left the loose ends. So welcome. Hey, Wendy Works is here. I met her in real life too. I like it when I see you guys who I actually know and can picture. And I'm so sorry for Kaylin last time for forgetting her name. I don't know what happened with my brain last time. I needed some Soleil water or something. All right, so there's a few of you here. We may as well start talking about it. I'm guessing there's not going to be a whole heck of a lot of people joining us for Summer Reset. Every time I tell people that I'm recommitting to keto and to losing weight and having like a fat cut during this summer, people look at me like I grew 3 heads. I went to my DEXA scan this week and will not tell you the results because only the Patreons get to see those first. So I'm not going to tell you whether it was good or bad. I was expecting it to be bad, and so we'll see what that happened. But when I was there, I was telling her how I'm recommitting, going back to my fat loss macros. I told her I was going to be eating 1,300 calories, and she literally looked at me like I grew 3 heads. And she was like, be careful with that, honey. You might lose your lean mass. And I was trying really hard not to laugh because that's literally what I teach is how to retain your lean mass. But she doesn't know that. And so I was like, yeah, I'm aware of what I need in order to maintain my lean. I'll be good. And I said, and I'm going to be back in 3 months so that we can show what eating these macros did for me in those 3 months so that we can show people like whether or not I did lose my lean mass. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. So we will see. So that is my plan. But yeah, like every time I tell people that I'm recommitting to keto for the summer, they think I'm nuts. People are like, but what about if you take your kids to like the amusement park or the zoo? And I'm like, I don't need to be eating all day at those places. That makes it easier because you're playing and riding on rides and walking around with your kids. I don't see why that makes it harder to do keto. It seems to me like it makes it even easier to do keto because you're busy, busy, busy. You know, like busy with fun things with enough time to plan food. That seems like the ultimate success story to me. But apparently summer is the time to just eat whatever. I don't know. I think it's funny that to me, summer actually feels like it's the best time to reset because I could actually focus on eating what I need to eat in order to lose weight rather than dealing with all of the stuff that's in my life. I mean, fall through May, I've got so much going on. And in the summer, I don't even have to homeschool if I don't want to. And so it seems to me like it's just like not rocket science that summer would be a really good time to do a cut. So what do you guys think? Is summer more difficult to do a fat cut and lose some weight, or is it an easier time? What do you think? Oh, I see some more people are here. Let's say hello. Who else is here? April Wooten, good to see you. Bittersweet, hey. Nayla Soul, hi. Angela, ADH Snuggles is here. She's recommitting to keto, I know that. Rebecca Atrimi, hello. And she says that she thinks summer's the easiest time to focus on healthy living. I think so too. Like, I don't know that we're not bored, right? There's no boredom eating usually in summer. And if you are bored, you can just walk out in the beautiful sunshine and like find something to do. Go to the park, go to the splash pad. There's like a billion things you can do if you have kids or you don't. To me, it just seems like summer's easier time to focus on yourself. And of course, don't you have the motivation of wanting to look even better in your swimsuit by the end of the summer? Because like you're like looking at yourself in the mirror and going, oh, goodness, that's interesting. I have to be honest though, like I have lost quite a bit of weight since last summer, but I think I was more confident in my suit last summer than I will be this year. I've been putting off buying a swimsuit, not just because of being busy, but because I'm really nervous to see myself in a swimsuit. I have become more self-conscious about my loose skin this year than I was last year. And maybe that's because I still had a lot more fat in my arms, but now I just feel like my loose skin is very wrinkly and like it draws attention more. And I'm a little bit worried about, I don't even wear short sleeves this year. And I noticed in a lot of my videos from last year that I was wearing short sleeves all summer. And I won't even buy a short sleeve shirt now because I'm so self-conscious about my arm skin. And I just really need to let that go. But you know, I'm a human being. And even though I feel really pretty, there's things about me that I feel like would be better kept private. Like the loose skin on my stomach and my arms and my inner thighs. The rest of me looks hot dang it good. And from the back, I look really, really nice. From the side, I'm still sad about my belly. And everybody's like, oh, but you had 8 babies. You know, you've earned that. And I'm like, well, it doesn't matter if I've earned it or not. I still don't want to see it. I feel like after 2.5 years of hard work, I should be able to walk around in a size 10 jeans and feel like I look like a size 10. Not feel like I look like someone who squoze into a size 10 and has a muffin top popping off the top or whatever it is bothering me. I shouldn't have to wear like a squeezer garment to hold everything in order to feel good, but I do. Like, I feel like if I don't have something on to like hold everything in, that I'm sticking out all which ways and everybody's going to notice all my loose skin. Whereas before, I don't know, I wasn't as self-conscious about it. I was just feeling really good in my skin. But last year, I was just over the 200 pounds threshold. I was just coming toward Wonderland for the first time. This year, you know where I've been at the last few weeks. If you watch my channel, you know that I weighed in just this Sunday at 191.8. So, I'm definitely not happy about that number on the scale because I feel like I didn't make much progress this year since I really was only a little over 200 last year at the same time. Well, I was 219, I think. 220 or 219. So I guess that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I feel like I just haven't changed that much this year, but maybe I really have and I just don't see it because I'm getting to the point where you just don't see it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm a little bit more self-conscious this summer. So going into this summer, I feel pretty motivated. Now, last summer, I made it through June. And then I went back off. Well, and when I say I'm going back off, people always hear that wrong. They always think I'm binging carbs and going off keto. Guys, one thing that you're going to know about me is that I intend to stay keto for the rest of my life. It does not matter what is happening in my life. My goal is to stay keto. So when I'm saying I'm going back off, what I mean is that I am going to eat more fat. So when I'm doing a cut, I'm cutting back on my dietary fat in order to burn more body fat. When I'm going off, I'm staying keto, but I'm eating a ton more fat. And in fact, I'm eating the amount of fat that I feel like other people eat. I don't know. People have given me a hard time about my macros, my numbers being too high. Because during maintenance, I was eating 2,000 to 2,300 calories, and that's where I felt satiated. And I thought the whole deal was to eat fat to satiety, right? I mean, I don't know why people want to give me a hard time about eating that many calories. It seems to me like that's a pretty normal amount of calories to eat. And I was comfortable doing that. Eating 1,300 calories at this point is not easy. It's hard. It was not hard at the beginning when I first started and I was 374 pounds. It was actually quite easy at the beginning, but the closer I get to my goal, the harder it is. And I had someone comment on my recent video that's basically said, well, the skinnier you get, the less energy you burn. So that doesn't even make any sense. But I'm going to explain it to you guys this way. When I'm eating 1,300 calories a day, I am eating at a deficit for a small person, for a normal, lean person. I am not eating at a deficit for a fat person. So even when I first started out, I had plenty of fat storage for my body to eat. And when I've convinced it to burn fat, it was comfortable because it's like, oh, I got oodles of fuel. The less fuel I have on my body, the more my body complains when I try to do the 1,300 calories because there's less on my body to burn. Does that make sense? And so I feel like that is a confusion, which I guess it makes sense both ways. The way she said it makes sense because, of course, I'm not burning as many. My TDEE has gone from like 2,500 calories down to like 1,600 calories of just burning sitting here, how many calories my body burns. But when I'm eating 1,300 calories, my body's burning 1,500. It's going to ask me for dietary fat because it's worried we'll run out. Because that's what bodies are programmed to do, is to keep us from starving to death, right? Yeah. So I hope that explained that a little bit of why it's harder for me to do. Now, who is going to join me on this summer quest? I need more people to be like on my rah-rah sis boom boss side to keep me going, because like I said, last year I made it through June and then I was like threw caution to the wind. At 4th of July I ate all the fats and then I just kind of kept going. I need to stay motivated to make it through the 3 months so that we can really look at the DEXA scan results and see if there were real changes and be able to say it was because I was eating the specific macros and how they worked for me by using the DEXA scan. I am like kicking myself for not doing a DEXA scan sooner. I didn't understand what a DEXA scan was about. I heard the skinny people talking about needing one to determine macros, and that was the only like reference to them that was ever really made. I think it would be very beneficial to anyone starting their journey, no matter how big you are, because the DEXA scan machine is quite big. You do not have to be small to fit in that. It's not like a CT scan machine or an MRI or whatever where you're afraid you're going to fit. It's just a bar that goes across the top of you and it goes across. It doesn't like pin you in any way. As long as you can lay on the table, you can do it. I don't know if they have a weight limit because the table weighs you while you're on it, I think. I'm not sure about that, but I just wish that I had had one sooner so that I have more information to go by using these macros, because I had nothing I could say to that lady when she said you're going to lose your lean mass at 1,300 calories. I didn't have any proof. I didn't have any way to say, no, actually, I'm going to gain lean mass. We'll see. You know, I didn't have any way to say that because I can't prove that I gained any because I don't know what my original lean mass was. Does that make sense? So I am looking forward to sticking to these macros all through the summer, excepting, of course, holidays where I will have a high-fat day on the 4th of July, on Independence Day, and I will also have one on Utah Holiday Pioneer Day, which is the 24th of July, and possibly as well. So I will be definitely having some high-fat days mixed in, but that's my normal way of doing it. I try to do a high-fat day when I'm doing this cut kind of thing. I try to do a high-fat day at least once a month, sometimes twice, to try and keep my body from like panic zone. All right, I see I have a super chat, so I'm going to address that, and then I will come back to this subject. See if I can find it because it's hard to see. Oh, it's Rebecca. You didn't give me a question. What's your question, Rebecca? I want to give you an answer, money. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it when you guys take the time to give me a super chat. I love shouting you out and answering your questions. So if you have a question for me, post it. I'm going to check again in a minute. So yeah, basically my plan is to recommit to what I've done all along. And people think that I need to like change my macros because I'm so much thinner. Guys, I've never changed my macros from day one. From day one, I've used the same ones to lose weight. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the scale said this morning, but I'm going to tell you that it was good, and kind of like I was like, wow. So I've been officially on the reset for 3 days. So 3 full days. I haven't eaten yet today. So 3 full days I've been doing so these are my macros. If you missed my video on Sunday, I said them then, but I will say them. I try and say them a lot so that people know where I'm at. I'm 5'7". For my height, I try to eat 120 minimum of protein. Sometimes I go up to about 135 when I'm doing a cut. When I am doing maintenance, I'll go up to a 200 if I feel like it. Like I eat a lot of protein. So 120 is my goal to reach. 120 protein. That's my main one I focus on. The second one, of course, is your carbs. I want to keep my carbs low. So I keep them under 21 net. The last 3 days, they've been under 15, 16 net, which has been pretty amazing. That's probably some of the lowest carb days that I've been able to do. I mean, like, I'm really impressed. Usually I want to eat up all my carbs. So I've been keeping the carbs really low. And then the key for losing fat from your body is to keep your calories low by adjusting your fat level. So you don't mess with your protein or your carbs. Those stay the same no matter what you're doing. to get your body to burn more body fat, you bring the fat level down. So my fat gram macro is 78, and I try and keep it under 78. I try to go not above it and even have it lower. You can go as low as 50 without getting super grumpy. If you go below 50, I can't guarantee you won't want to commit murder to your children because you get really grumpy. You need enough dietary fat to help maintain your hormone levels, keep you feeling full and satiated. The protein level does help with that, but the fat level is definitely important. If you bring it too low, you get really cranky. Take it from someone who has tried that for a week. I tried doing 25 grams of fat for a week one time. Yeah, that was not pretty. And I didn't lose enough weight to make it worth it. So I've not ever done that. I only did that once, and I haven't really done that before. So I try to keep it within 68 to 78. I often hit about 72 grams of fat. Sometimes 80. It just depends on the day. Just depends on the day. So that is where I'm trying to keep my macros at. And then when I have a higher fat day, I'll eat the same protein and fat. So I'll eat like 120 protein, 120 fat. That's at least my goal. Sometimes I go above that, but that's my goal for the time. Now, I will tell you, first I'm going to check and see if Rebecca gave me a question yet. No question, just looking forward to join me on the summer cut. Welcome. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, if you think of anything, don't forget to put it on there. I will get to you. I'll get to your question. So what I wanted to talk about was how hard it is, okay? This is not an easy thing, you guys. When you weigh a lot and you're desperate and you can't walk and you want to lose weight fast, you have a lot more motivation to eat 1,300 calories. That is the honest truth. When you are comfortable in how you look, how you feel, you can run, you can dance, you look beautiful, the motivation is harder to find. I have a lot of respect for people who do bodybuilding and things like that for a living because it is really, really hard to get the motivation to go to the point where you were like comfortable or uncomfortable with how much fat you've burned. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't. It's harder. It's harder for your brain to be committed. So you really need to have some kind of motivation, some kind of goal, some kind of end goal, you know, like maybe it's a size that you really need to fit into by a certain date, or maybe it's somewhere you have to go and you have to look really nice. Or like in my case, my DEXA scan results are going to be my motivator this summer because I'm going to keep reminding myself I won't have an accurate depiction of what these macros can do if I don't stick to them for 3 months. So that's my personal goal. Now, I didn't have one of those last summer, and I had just hit, in July, I hit Wonderland for the first time. So I honestly was not super motivated to have an end goal because I kind of met my end goal smack in the middle of summer. Granted, I ate what the heck I wanted all summer and I still lost weight. So I probably won't have that experience. I obviously didn't have that experience the last 3 months eating what I wanted keto wise. I still put a lot on the scale. I think it was 15 or 16 pounds on the scale. That scale went up. So there's that. So I definitely don't want my scale to go up. I definitely want the scale to go down or stay the same. I definitely am hoping it doesn't stay the same because then I will have to like throw everything out the window and maybe change my macros for the first time ever, which I don't really want to do. But that's my motivator. So number one thing, you have to have some kind of motivation. You can't just go, I'm going to join Tammy and I'm going to do a cut. So Rebecca, I think, what's my goal? What's my end goal? What do I want out of this summer that's going to keep me motivated while everybody else is going and having treats at barbecues and having so much fun? Now, I still have fun. When we go to a barbecue, I bring yummy, delicious things that I can eat. I make this crackin' awesome Jell-O salad that even the little kids love. Now, granted, it is high in fat, so if I'm going to a barbecue, it's usually going to be a higher fat day. What I try to do is eat virtually no fat for my first meal, and then I eat as much as I can stuff for my second meal, and so then I feel like I'm enjoying the party like everybody else. But I take like a quart of heavy whipping cream, whip it up, and then I add in 2 packets of sugar-free Jello powder, and whip that in until it's nice and like kind of stiff and like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it looks like a dessert that you could like scoop up a bit out. It's not like wet, it's like fluffy. And then I take some cottage cheese and I scoop out all the way through with a cheesecloth. The reason why is because most of the carbs in cottage cheese are in the way. And if you squeeze them out, you can track it by doing Indian paneer, because that's basically the same thing, and it's way less carby. That's a tip. That's a tip. So I squeeze out all of the whey as much as possible and even rinse it. And then I fold the the cottage cheese, fold the cottage cheese into the Jello and heavy whipping cream mixture, and it makes the most amazing, amazing barbecue Jello salad treat. Like, everybody brings those Jello salads and you can't have them. Well, this is totally safe for keto, and it's totally safe for kids will eat it. Like, my kids love it. It's some of their favorite stuff. I have to make sure I make a huge batch. That's why I use a whole quart of heavy whipping cream and 2 packets of Jello, because I know I'm going to be sharing it with half the world. And then I'll usually have like a cup serving, like as much as I can fit in my hand. And I don't always track that. Like when I'm having a barbecue day, I also make sure we have really good meat. My husband is the barbecue chef. I usually make sure that we have pulled pork or ribs or barbecue chicken or something that we know is safe for us. And everybody else likes to eat it too, right? So there's ways you can take protein chips. You can take Quest protein chips, so you can feel like you're having chips and barbecue food. There's lots of things you can do in the summer to stay keto and be careful. So on those days, that's what I usually will do, is have a higher fat day, and then the rest of the time I'm going to try and keep it to my 2 meals. Now, I will tell you this. It is not easy. And yesterday I was almost in tears because Dave's like, what do you want for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't. Nothing sounded good. And I was really grumpy. And I was just like, I'm just going to not eat. And then I'm like, no, because you have to eat. You have to eat that protein in order to determine whether or not your lean mass is going to be saved eating 1,300 calories a day, Tamara. It's not going to be accurate if you don't eat it. So I already used my commitment and my goal to help me through last night. And basically I just sent Dave a text. I'm like, just make me the same thing you made yesterday and I'll just eat it. I don't care what it is. Like, nothing sounds delicious when you're trying to lose fat, especially after doing it for so long. I have a huge amount of recipes of things that I eat all the time. And we had a lot available to us last night. I could have had a lot of things. But I just didn't want to eat anything. And that's, I think, the weirdest part about being in full ketosis is like your appetite is just so freaking suppressed. And I was really surprised that I wasn't even hungry. I didn't even eat my first meal yesterday until like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not even kidding. I was busy. We were doing things. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to eat now or I'm not going to be able to eat 2 meals. I didn't eat my second meal last night until 10:30. And I still woke up to a huge loss on the scale. I'm not going to say how huge, but I was kind of standing there going, whoa, this morning. Granted, I was up like 50 times last night peeing. At least. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I know I've been retaining a lot of water in the last 3 months. I don't know how much, but we're going to find out. I'm starting to think it might be more than I thought. Yeah, so up all night, that's kind of a sign that you're in ketosis. If all of a sudden you're peeing constantly, generally a sign that you're back in ketosis. So I may or may not have been in ketosis the whole time. I'm not super worried about staying in ketosis when I'm doing the maintenance. My goal is just basically to eat safe foods and not eat carby desserts or fruits or things that, chips, things that I normally would binge on that could send me on a slippery slope of death. I just stick to keto yummies. And if I eat too many keto yummies and it kicks me out of ketosis, I'm not super worried about that. But because I'm not keeping track of being in ketosis, I don't have to worry about that. And so it's all a mind game because I'm like, in my mind, I'm in ketosis. Now it's obvious, based on the symptoms from the last 3 days, that I was probably not in ketosis. But I am now. I'm getting there. I'm definitely feeling it. And it's weird how much smaller I feel today than I did 3 days ago. It's so weird. And I haven't changed any. I just feel smaller. So, yeah, all right. So that's it for the keto reset. I'm trying to think if there's any other tips I can give you on getting back to it. Having a support system definitely helps. I do keto coaching where you can message me and I'll message you back. If you want to do that, it's $120 for 4 weeks. Let me know if you want to try it. We do it through the Marco Polo app. So you send me a Marco, I send you a Polo, kind of try and keep you motivated, that kind of thing. But yeah, planning, that's what it was. Planning. If I had planned my food yesterday, instead of getting to dinner and hunger and being 10 o'clock at night and I don't know what I want to eat, I would have just said, oh, my plan says blah, blah, blah. I'm having this. So I need to be better about planning out my food. My breakfast is the same every flapping day. I don't have to think about it. But my dinner, I don't always plan out. And so I'm trying today to have a plan. In fact, I'm thinking about texting Dave right while he's at work so that he doesn't even have to ask me. Because it's like something about him asking me what I want to eat that makes me shut down. It's a mental thing. It's a mental block. He almost always makes my dinner for me. I do know how to cook. I'm actually quite good at it. I can cook, but I can get kind of in my head space. I get mad and I just don't like doing it. It gives me anxiety even though I can. And so he just does that because he's wonderful and generous and loves me. And so he takes the time out of his life to do that for me because he's awesome. Love you, Dave, if you're here. Mwah, I love you. All right. So anybody have any questions or you want to make a commitment to me right now or whatever you want to say, I'm going to go back through the comments and see if there's any questions I can address for the next 30 minutes. And if there aren't any, well, we can be done. But I think there usually are a few. So we will see if there's anything you want to ask me about keto, about life, about my kids, about me. I don't care what it is. I will pretty much answer anything that's not inappropriate. So yeah, I'm going to go back up and see where we are. Bittersweet is recommitting. Woohoo! And you went for a 2-hour walk. I am impressed. I am going to keep doing an hour of ballet a week starting as soon as I get back from Denver. But that's probably the most exercise I'm going to be doing all summer. Other than like going to the amusement park with my kids, which I'll probably do once a week, most likely, since we have passes. Let's see. Karen Rothwell says, my younger son came to me last night and asked me to get him started on keto. So now I have to really get some meal prep done rather than just winging it like I do 5 days a week. Yeah. Meal prep is good. I am suck at meal prep. I don't like eating meal prep meals. I would rather not eat until 11 o'clock at night than take something with me and eat it on the go, unless it's a packaged thing like Julian Bakery Bar, which is why I like those, because I can take them and I will eat them. If I take some like grilled chicken or something, I won't eat it. I just can't make myself eat it. I just have weird food things that I can't seem to quite get over. But yeah, I helped my kid last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last May. April or May. Anyway, right around ballet time, my son last year went on keto all summer with me. So that was definitely helpful. He lost 30 pounds in 3 months. Now, he went back off keto. He's gluten-free, but he went back off keto. And he has also bulked up muscle-wise, and he is just big. He went from a size small men to wearing a size large and kind of busting out of it in the chest. Like, he looks amazing. Amazingly manly for a 17-year-old. It's kind of scary. Seeing him up there dancing ballet, acting like the huntsman, doing all the face of being torn about wanting to kill Snow White was just like, yummy. He looks so good and beautiful, and I love him, and I'm so proud of him. He's so great. But yeah, putting your kids is definitely not an easy task, and summer is a better time to do it for sure. All right. Yes, fresh veggies and grilling out are great for keto. It's so nice. You can get that zucchini out on the grill and brush it down with some olive oil and some seasoning, some spaghetti squash. There's just so many vegetables that you can eat that are easy and cheap to find in the summer. And finding fresh local is so nice because there's so many farmers markets and things around. At least there are around here. So that's always really awesome as well. Rachel says she feels like it's going to be harder. She was thinking of doing low carb and not keto. I will tell you this, Rachel. Low carb is harder than keto. because if you stay out of ketosis and you're eating enough low enough carb that your body is forced to try and burn fat, I feel like it goes back and forth more, and you get hungrier. You get more hungry when you're eating in that, 100-ish carb range. Now, if you can get it below 50, you probably be okay, but getting it below 20 is going to solidify the calm keto feeling that doesn't make you feel like you have to eat, or it makes it feel like you don't want to eat in my case. And that's hard also, especially where everything is parties and everything. But you got to do what you feel like you can commit. If you feel like you can't commit to keto, by all means, do what you got to do. But I will tell you that committing to keto every day there isn't a barbecue makes the barbecues more fun, because then you're eating the higher fat on days you weren't eating the higher fat, and maybe even a little bit higher carb on days you weren't before. And it makes it so much more like a treat and so much more fun when you have been doing the low fat keto on the other days. So I will tell you that it does make holidays more fun when you aren't eating the higher fat and eating, whatever carbs all the time. So that's my advice, but I'm not going to tell you what to do because we have to do whatever. Rebecca, you asked me a question. Was that before the super chat? That's funny. Would you consider a tummy tuck? Heck yeah. Are you kidding? Yes. But the problem is that I need to tuck more than just my tummy. My arms would probably be my highest priority because they're the hardest to hide, especially in the summer. At first, I was thinking I didn't want to do my arms because of the scar. But as now that I've been dancing more and I realize how much it's bothering me while I'm clogging and while I'm doing ballet, I think even the scar would bother me less because it's on the back of my arm than flapping my wings around all the time. So I think my arms would probably be the first to go if I'm going to do a surgery. But here's the thing. Number one, it's super expensive and my insurance probably won't cover it. I haven't looked into it yet, but next summer I might. It's my goal to be to the place mentally by next summer that I can start addressing loose skin. I'm still in fat loss mode. I'm still in weight loss mode. I still don't feel like I'm to my goal enough that I would do it yet. I feel like I have too much fat still in those tissues on the front of me. Maybe not in my arms, but I do feel like I still have more fat I need to work on before I can mentally go to the place where skin is the next thing. I know that other people have gotten down to 175 and been ready. But me, I feel like I need more. I need to push a little further and just see what I can do dietary-wise before I make that choice. So, and number 2 or 3, whatever that says, I think I said 2 technically in number 1, but 3 is that I'm a freaking big fat chicken baby. I do not like pain. I'm a big fat wimp. Now, I had several babies naturally, and that was probably the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life. I did not get any joy out of that like they kept telling me I would. Every single time I was underwhelmed and went, yeah, that wasn't super awesome. And for the last 3 babies, I purposely used Pitocin and then got epidurals when I got to about 8 centimeters, just so I wouldn't have to feel the pushing, because I hate that part. So I'm just kind of a big baby when it comes to pain. And when I've watched videos of people who've done it, it makes me really nervous. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of chicken. That's the main thing holding me back, is money and pain. Those 2 things. But yeah, I'm definitely going to consider it. I mean, why not? I've worked hard, right? I deserve to have a flattish tummy. Now, I realize it's never going to look amazing. Obviously, it's never going to look like I did if I had lost the weight when I was 20. But, I've got a lot of life left to live. And it would definitely make me more comfortable in a swimsuit, for sure. And, less self-conscious so that I could go out and do things with my kids more. I'm pretty good at that at this point. Except for swimming makes me nervous. And the kids, I mean, in the next couple of weeks are going to be wanting to go to the water park. So I'm going to go shopping this week. Pray for me, you guys, that I can find a swimsuit I will feel comfortable in. I don't really want to wear a rash guard, but I probably will consider it. I can find a cute one. I really want to feel cute, and I don't want to feel like I'm purposely covered. Because honestly, if people see my arms and they think that's gross, they can just shove it, because I've earned these, you know, like they should be proud of me, not go, oh wow, her arms are terrible. But maybe they were saying, oh wow, her thighs are huge when I was going out in a swimsuit at 300 pounds because I did that. I don't know. I don't see why it's any different. I think it's just because I'm slimmer now and I feel slim. And then when I show my faults like that, I feel like I'm drawing attention to my faults again. And I feel like I don't have any faults. Does that make sense? I mean, obviously we all have faults, but I'm pretty comfortable in my skin. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's hard to explain. Keto Cricket, who looks amazing, by the way. Tell me, I can't believe you don't wear shorts or short sleeves due to the flappy skin because you look, I feel like you look really slim. I feel like you don't look like you have a lot of loose skin. I'd love to see a video on your loose skin. I was just watching your video this week and I was thinking, dang, she looks so freaking good. So it makes me sad to hear that you're not wearing those things either. I mean, I don't wear shorts because I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I wear garments, and my garments go all the way to my knees almost, and I have to be able to cover up my garments, and so I don't know, like, if I can even find shorts that are that. I would wear shorts if I could, because my legs look pretty freaking decent, but I can't because of modesty. The only place that where my legs make me uncomfortable is in my inner thighs, where I do have like wrinkles. Like I look like an elephant in my inner thighs because of how much I've lost my legs. But the rest of my legs and my butt freaking looks amazing. And I love showing them off, but I can't. So if I could find some shorts that were like to the knee, I would totally wear them because my legs look awesome. I like want to get some sun on my legs so they don't look white anymore because my muscle tone is looking pretty freaking amazing. When I watch myself in ballet class, I'm like, dang girl, those look good. I like being able to say that about myself. I think that's just like the best. Let's see. So I guess I answered all the surgery questions. A lot of people ask that. Hey, Keto Grace, I'm glad you're here. Don't worry about being late. We're good. Let's see. Silver Star says, I'm trying very hard to stop at 20 carbs. Lots of salad veg just keeps tripping me up. Cherry tomatoes and peppers. Make sure you're doing net carbs on veggies. Subtract the fiber. You can eat a lot of veggies in 20 carbs if you're subtracting the fiber. You don't need to count the fiber because it just goes through your system. So make sure you're subtracting the fiber from your veggies, and that'll make it a lot easier. When I first started out, I did net carbs for veggies only and total carbs for other things like bars and treats and things like that. And I didn't do very many of those things in the beginning. I do a lot more of them now for convenience sake and just because I like them. But in the beginning, I tracked net carbs only on veggies, and you can eat a lot of veggies for 20 carbs if that's all you're getting your carbs from. Peppers are a little higher. Try not to get the red and yellow. They're a little higher than the green. Get the green instead. Eat a lot of cucumbers because those are really low, and cut back on the tomatoes a bit. I mean, I like my tomatoes, so I understand, and my onion. So I hear you on that. But yeah, make sure you're doing net so that you have more time. Oh my heck, Emily, I've never seen you on my live chat before. Or for coming, Emily is here, guys. I feel blessed. I feel blessed. When I started my keto journey on YouTube, Emily was one of the ones I watched faithfully every day. She was my freaking keto guru. She was the one who kept me motivated, and I was always like commenting on her videos, hoping she would notice me. And I think it's so freaking adorable. And that she like is here right now. I'm fangirling you. I still watch her quite often as I possibly can. She is also doing a keto commitment for the summer, and I am right there with you, babe. We're gonna kill it. We are gonna kill it. But she's also doing 21-day fix or that exercise thing, and I'm like, oh, that is not what I'm not doing that. I'm a total wimp when it comes to exercise. I just don't love it. I'm trying. I'm forcing myself to do ballet once a week, but that is the most I can handle because they are going to continue my morning adult class through the summer. I'm going to go ahead and make myself do that. But that's probably about it for me, and just walking with my kids. That's about it. So yeah, welcome, Emily. I feel honored by you, and I love your baby boys. They're so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. I love twin boys. I know you, and I know what you're going through. So the fact that you can even make videos, I've never had twins, but even just having boys and babies, it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. I see I have another super chat, so I'm gonna go down and see if there's a question. I gotta find you. Where are you? Gloria, it's good to see you. Okay. She didn't answer a question, but I will address it because it's kind of an assumption, which I still haven't finished the assumption videos. I just feel really terrible that that's 90% of why I feel defensive is because I feel like I'm failing you guys. So she said, good to see you in a good mood. You seemed a bit out of sorts on your last video when you seemed to be very, very defensive on your maintenance results. Hopefully nobody was giving you grief. We learned a lot. Not a lot of people gave me grief. I did have quite a few comments, basically like if you wouldn't eat the bars and the sweets, maybe you'd have more success, you know, like not really doing maintenance kind of thing. Like you're really just putting on some fat, and I don't think people had a lot of faith in me, and they didn't approve of me eating the Julian Bakery bars and the keto cakes every day. Guys, keto cakes are freaking amazing. They're 2 or 3 net carbs. The reason why they are tricky to eat is just because they have so much fat. They are 35 grams of fat each, and so they are fat bombs. For those of you guys eating regular keto, like they totally are keto. Like they're 8 grams of protein and 35 fat. Like they're awesome little treats. And if you didn't miss it, they're shipping to about 10 states now, guys. 10 states. So check them out. Even though they don't pay me, I'm giving them another plug because their cupcakes are so divine. It's keeping it, no, not keeping it keto. That one doesn't ship. It's ketocakesutah.com. Ketocakesutah.com. Anyway, people gave me kind of a hard time about eating treats every day. But you know what? I wanted to eat treats every day. You know, we get to do what we want in this life, and yeah, YouTube makes it so people can judge what you do or what you eat or whatever. And I have actually not put out a video of what I ate in May at all because I was just tired of getting people saying, you know, you shouldn't be eating that. Well, who's to say what I should or should not be eating? I can eat what I want. I could be pounding freaking Twinkies if I wanted, but I'm not. Be proud that I'm eating keto cakes instead of Twinkies because, frankly, I'd rather eat a Twinkie. I mean, I still have a sugar addiction. I still have a carb addiction. I still have binge eating problems. When I'm stressed out, I still want to sit and eat a bag of chips while I'm eating or eat a whole bag of Rolos and pretzels. I still want to. So the fact that I'm eating Quest chips and Julian Bakery bars and keto cakes instead is a freaking win. So yeah, I think I was kind of bummed out about my weight because, you know, 1.9 to 1.8 is practically where I was last fall, and it seems like I've gone so far backward, and I just really was, I don't know, down on that, and I felt like people were gonna be saying things about it, and I feel like, I don't know, I was nervous to make a video. That's the honest truth. But I did want to let people know that I was recommitting to my weight loss macros because I know people like watching me when I'm doing a really good job. And they don't necessarily like watching me when I'm super stressed out and I'm eating what I want, because that makes them feel like it's not possible to be successful. But here's the thing, you guys. Life is going to be stressful, and it goes in cycles, and it's going to be hard. Life is not easy for the millionth time. I feel like I tell people this every single day. Even on dance competition chat, there was someone saying something about how fat people should buy 2 seats on an airplane or 2 seats in a theater or 2 seats for recital so that they don't get too close to people and get their like body sweat on them, because they should be able to have like comfort because they bought a ticket and they deserve to be comfortable. And I just was fuming mad. And I basically said to her, life was not meant to be easy. Life is not hard. And if you think somebody's body sweat going through your clothes is horribly miserable, then you are not really realizing the point of life. How about instead of sitting there being angry and silently grossed out or whatever you're feeling and getting ticked off at that person, how about instead you turn and start talking to them like they're a human being? You might find your mind expanding. You might find that you have a new friend. Because guess what, people? Fat people are people too, right? Like, I said a lot more things. But life is not meant to be easy. We are not meant to be comfortable. When we are comfortable, we should, because that's what they are. Short. But you know what? Life is about growing and changing and getting out of our comfort zone and becoming better people and expanding, becoming better human beings, becoming smarter, becoming more confident human beings. And pain, discomfort, hard situations, those things all help us. They all help us to become better people. And so I feel like I try to learn that myself. Like my fat was my protection from that for so many years. And I didn't like the attitude that these dance moms are having, that fat people are lazy and fat people are slobs. And a lot of people said, well, maybe the fat people were stinky and that's why the people wanted to move away, because it was about like people noticeably moving away from a fat woman when she sat down. And I was so offended for this poor woman who probably just wanted to have a convo. Because, if I was sitting by you, that's probably why I sat down, because I thought you looked nice and I want to have a conversation about your awesome dancers or tell you how great your kids were or something. But because you're a total jerk face, you didn't get to find out that. You didn't get to talk to me. And it makes me sad because I don't think I realized how much of that happened to me when I was big, because people talk to me now so much. And when I was overweight, I always had to start the conversation. I always had to sit down next to someone and strike up a conversation. I was always the one who broke the ice. I was always the one who got people to talk to me. And now I'm starting to think, were they uncomfortable talking to me all that time? Were they like just being polite because I was talking to them, but I was really, really irritating them and I was encroaching in their personal space? Oh, it's eye-opening. Skinny privilege is a thing, guys. It is a thing, and I love participating in it. It is really nice to not take up too much space and not touch people when you sit and not have to have anxiety when you walk in the room and wonder whether or not the chairs are going to hold you. Or whether or not you can find them without arms so that you can actually fit and you won't get stuck. I don't have to think about those things anymore, and it's absolute blessing. And those people who never have had to feel that anxiety can never understand where it comes from to be truly obese, and it's extremely sad to me. So when people give me crap about what I eat, I seriously want to just I don't know. Come on. Do you guys forget that I was almost 400 pounds? Look how far I've come. If I want to eat a freaking keto cake, I'm gonna. There. Rant over. Thanks, Gloria, for worrying about me. For the most part, I'm in a fairly good mood most of the time. And even when I'm stressed out, I'm usually stressed out because of good things. So it's usually because people say negative things that makes me stressed out, and I'm worrying that negative things will happen. And so I guess that's part of it. I don't know. Plus, I was really irritated at my kids. If you saw, I went out clear on the side of my yard by my fence to make my video because my kids were driving me crazy. All right. Coming back up. Bop-buddy-bop. Keto Diamond eats way more calories on a daily and is still losing weight. And I only lose, this is from Keto Fat Girl No More, I only lose if I'm eating 1,200 calories a day. Yeah, I don't know how she does that. That's the honest truth. But you got to remember, she also eats no sweeteners at all, and she doesn't have keto treats. So the things that she's eating is pretty much pure fat. So that could have something to do with it. I like to eat my Mio and my yogurt, and I like to have my stevia in my Creo brew or my hot tea and my, herbal tea in the mornings. I don't really want to give up my sweeteners, and I like my diet soda. I don't think she drinks diet soda either. So some of those things might come into play with that. I don't know. She's awesome, though. If you guys haven't watched Keto Diamond, you should. And same for Teresa, Keto Fat Girl No More. It's Keto Fat Girl GURL No More. And she's awesome, too. You guys should go and sub their channels, especially Teresa, because I love her dearly, and she is the most best person ever. Okay. A lot of you are the most best person ever, but I love Teresa. She's a sister to me. I love her. All right. Let's see. So, okay, Rebecca. She says, I've lost 200 pounds too and had a full body lift. Brachioplasty, which is the arm skin, thigh lift 5 years ago. I'm pleased with results, but I would still keep my body covered in public. You don't make me excited about having surgery. How horrible was it? Was it really horrible, painful? Did you do them all at the same time? And if you didn't, how far apart did you do them? I'm so curious. I didn't know anybody that's ever done that much. I saw who is it, that person that did, oh my gosh, my brain, the one who just publicly did her 360 bottom half and was going to do the top half or something, or was the other way around? Oh my gosh, why I cannot remember her name. Everybody knows her. Dang it. Anyway, watching her videos still makes me nervous. That's all I have to say about that. Just make me nervous. Welcome. Okay, Bittersweet's joining me. Becca's joining me. Jacks of Life says, what are we doing? Welcome, Jacks of Life. If you're not already on my Facebook page, Keto Chaos, not my page, my group, Facebook group, Keto Chaos, join there and you can get your fat loss macros. We're all committing to fat loss macros for the summer, or some kind of keto commitment to help us lose weight during the summer instead of just letting caution to the winds and doing what we want during the summer. So that's what we're doing. So if you want to do it with us, go join Facebook and get the macros, or email me at ketochaos@gmail.com and I'll send it to you for free. All right. Karen says she's rah-rah and 100% on plan until mid to late August when she starts traveling. She's so lucky. She gets to travel so much more. I just love it. I wish I could travel. I don't get to travel. Going to Denver is about as far as I'm going to get in my life. Maybe California. I might get to California. We'll see. Apparently not going to get to Mexico. All right. Love Omad's going to join me. He started June 1st. So did I. Woo! Keto Floof, you should definitely go get a DEXA scan. I was shocked at how easy it was to get a DEXA scan, you guys. Google DEXA, D-E-X-A, in my area and just see what pops up. There were multiple places that did DEXA scans in my area, including both of the universities that are near me did them for $20 for the students that are practicing how to do them. So you could even get them done really cheap if you went to the university. I went to like a pop-up place. They have like mobile ones. They have mobile vans that take the DEXA scan around to different areas, and then they have like an actual in-office scanner as well. So you just never know. There could be something like that in your area. Check it out. And it was super cheap for me. It was $65 for the first scan and $30 for the second scan. It was like, or $32. It was 2 scans for $97. So that was awesome. I'm like, it was way cheaper than I expected. I thought it was going to be some ridiculous amount of money. And that is a high amount of money, like, but it's worth it. It is worth it to have that results. So I can see what damage was done and what damage wasn't done or whatever during my maintenance period, and I have a way to show what it actually did to me versus just getting on the scale and wondering. So it was really informative to have that, and I'm really looking forward to doing it more often. I'd like to do it every 3 to 4 months, which is my goal, until I get to the point where I feel like until I reach my goal of 27% body fat at least. All right. Wendy Works is here for me. That's awesome. Teresa, you guys could join me. I'm not going to answer that question because it's weird. Okay, let's see. Devonna Campbell says, I'm only 2 weeks in. I've been watching through all of your old videos. Oh, I'm sorry. Excited to lose weight this summer. Awesome. Way to join me. Yeah, you guys don't need to see that. Those old videos are so funny. But you know what? It's good for me to watch them because when I started this channel, so my very first video, which is really ridiculously funny, I was huge still. And I thought I was really, really thin. I had already lost 100 pounds. So think about that when you're binge watching my early videos. Think about how I was already 100 pounds down and I still looked that big. I have definitely been there. I have been there to about as bad as it gets. I have empathy for you. If you have 5 pounds to lose, I have empathy. If you have 300 pounds to lose, I have empathy. I have been in the shoes of a morbidly obese person. And I know what it's like to be to the point where you only have a few pounds to go and it's really like not motivating. It's hard to get the motivation. So I can pretty much feel for a lot of people when it comes to weight loss. I have a lot of empathy for a lot of people. And I think that's why people like to watch me, because I really understand and I really get it. And I'm really supportive and yet really understanding that sometimes it's not easy to get your brain in the place where you have to get it to be able to commit to keto. It's not the easiest thing, no matter where you are at. Keto Cricket says the nearest DEXA is a few hours away from her. Dang it. It'd be worth it to drive if you can make a little fun day trip out of it. It's definitely worth it. All right. I'm sorry that you are sick, Karen. That sucks. But I'm going to give you a hard time about eating noodle soup. You could just eat broth with some spaghetti squash in it. Just teasing. You can eat what you want. I'm not going to give you a hard time. I hope you're feeling better too. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry you've been so sick. That's awful. I'm so lucky that I don't get sick super often, and I'm a big baby when I do. Okay, so Veronica Ortiz says, hi, I'm here. To be truthful, I haven't even counted or count and weigh, got to get back to it. So she's not weighing and tracking her food. Sometimes I don't even know what to cook. Yeah, I know. That's the hardest part, right? It's the hardest part. The best thing I have found to do is to write down a list of my 10 top meals that I know exactly meet my macros, so that when Dave asks me what I want to eat, I know I have the supplies on hand for all 10 of those meals, and so I can just kind of run down the list in my head and pick one. And so if you have a list and you have all the supplies, that day you can decide which things sound the best out of all the meals, and you don't even have to track it because you already know how much for every each thing will meet your macros if you planned it out like that. Let's see. Keto Cricket says, I don't agree with the super low calorie for a long period of time. A month would be fine, but as you said, you don't have the fuel in your body anymore, but I will support you. Yeah. Mainly, I feel like the reason I can get away with the 1,300 calories is because of the protein level. I would not recommend doing 1,300 calories if you're doing regular keto, because your protein level would be too low. So when I'm talking about eating 1,300 calories, I'm still eating 120 grams of protein per day. That's a lot of protein, you guys. That's a lot of protein. That is like 4 ounces of cheese and 12 ounces of meat. It's a lot. It is not a small amount of food, and it is enough to keep your muscles stable, or at least for my height. I mean, it's different for each height, of course, but it's enough to keep your muscles stable so that you don't risk losing your lean mass when you're losing fat. Keeping the fats low is the key. That's how you keep your calories low, because fats have more calories per gram, and that is how you burn your body fat, because your body needs to burn so much fat no matter what, just to run it, no matter what you're doing, and it will pull from your body fat stores. If you keep that protein level satiating, it helps as well. So I feel like it's not dangerous to do it the way that I'm doing it, but if you're going to do like 1,000 calories but not have that protein level up to 100, that's where it gets tricky, and you can risk losing your lean mass, and that's just not healthy and not safe, especially for going through all of that time. Because I did it for a full year and 3 months before I had like any other high fat day. Well, no, that's not true. I would do high fat days on special occasions. About once a month I did a high fat replenishing fat dietary fat day, basically, where I keep my protein level the same and eat a lot more fat. And I think that that's good to kind of keep your metabolism happy, to do it that way as well. All right. Take pictures. 18 hours plus intermittent fasting burns so much fat. It's crazy. Yeah, I did. Well, and I've taken pictures. I took pictures every 4 weeks the first year and the second year. Only missed one of the 4-week picture taking during the second year. So if you saw my slideshow, my last video, you can see me literally shrinking. I did take pictures before and after this 3 months that I took off eating the higher fat. I was eating 2,000 plus calories. So yeah, I did take pictures, and I didn't change that much, guys. I really didn't gain that much. It doesn't look that different, does it? Like, go back and look. Go back and look. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. When I did the pictures, I realized I hadn't really put on as much as I thought I did. It was all mentally here, you know. I look fine. All right. Terry Lee says, I'm motivated but having trouble losing. That's getting old. Are you using my macros from the Keto Chaos Facebook group? If not, try that. If you are, and it's been 6 weeks and you're stuck, you may want to get a DEXA scan or do the Navy body fat calculator and determine your body fat percentage, and then go to ketogains.com, click sedentary and inactive or whatever, and put in your measurement, your body fat measurements, and it will give you a little bit more custom macros. I've actually done that, and the protein level was too low for me. I can't go below 120. I want to be at 200. To be completely honest, I'm really only happy when I'm eating me a 12-ounce steak. I can eat all the meat. I'm telling you, yummy. I can't even stand to eat only 12 ounces a day. I want 12 ounces twice a day. So yeah, I couldn't do that, but that could be helpful. Also check your electrolytes, making sure you're hitting that 5,000 milligrams of sodium and a minimum of 300 milligrams of magnesium and a minimum of 1,000 potassium from food, 1,000 to 3,500 potassium from food. And of course, take measurements and pictures to make sure that you really aren't losing anything, because your body mass can change and may not. So measurements and pictures are a better indicator of whether or not you're actually losing any fat. So I hope that helps. I have a whole video on, if you look in my playlist for live chats, I have a whole video where we talked about troubleshooting stall. It was about last year. So go look through there and see if you can find it. I hope that you can. Yeah, anyway. Skillet pizza is so good. I pretty much, when I was doing the maintenance, I pretty much had a little mini skillet pizza every morning. I had 5 pepperonis on my fried cheese. Just doing the plain old fried cheese. But I love frying up my cheese. There's just something about that crispy cheese that's, it just makes cheese so much better. So delicious. Oh, Rebecca says that her goal is to be as healthy as possible. They're trying to get pregnant. They've had 4 miscarriages in the past 2 years, but hoping for a miracle. Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you. There is literally nothing worse than wanting to be a mom and not being able to. I have many friends who have struggled, and it's been hard for me to know how to be supportive of them when it's been so easy for me to have baby pretty much whenever I want to. And it's been more difficult to not have babies. But yeah, my heart goes out to you. I had 2 miscarriages, and it's pretty much terrible. That's how I ended up at 374 pounds, was 2 miscarriages, because I ate my feelings so badly, because it was just awful. So my heart goes out to you, and I will pray for your miracle. Okay. Heck No GMO says they go to parties and events and don't even eat because I'll be fasting. So you can do that too. It's harder for me to do that, but you can do it. For sure. Okay, let's see. Dave is sweet. Yes, he is probably one of the sweetest men to ever live. Atkins bars aren't the best. Don't try to avoid them if you can. They make your blood sugar skyrocket. Probably don't eat it. I honestly don't know if the Julian Bakery bars make my blood sugar skyrocket. I just love them. In fact, I'm still eating them. You guys don't know that, but I'm still eating them with my cut because I like them that much. At least until my box is gone, because I bought a box right before I started. Let's see. Bittersweet's commitment is to continue to stay away from soda and chocolate and also doing an hour walk a day. That's awesome. Even Lily bars? Those are just fat bombs anyway. Not going to do you any good other than make you happy. Angela ADH Snuggles is having a hard time getting the protein in. That is common. My best advice to you is do it however you can, and don't let yourself talk yourself out of doing it. Eat a can of tuna at midnight if you have to. Get it in. It's important for your lean mass, and your brain will tell you you don't need it, just like me yesterday. Normally, I can eat 200 grams of protein, and yesterday I had eaten 60, and my brain was telling me I didn't need any more, but I know better, and I told my brain what to do, and I ate my chicken and my cheese anyway, and it was good. It was good. All right. Terry Lee's going to see Dr. Westman speak in July. That is awesome. I wish I could come. That is amazing. He's so awesome. He's second on my list to Dr. Finney. He's just great. Lily says she's getting back on track with keto this month. I fell off keto for the last 2 months, and I have a birthday this month on the 27th, trying to lose 15 pounds, on board with you. Good luck. Hey, one advice I will give you is when it comes to a commitment or a goal, it's best to not have a pounds in mind, because if you don't succeed, then you're going to feel like you failed, even if you did really, really well. So an action goal like having no chocolate or going for a walk is really good because that's something that you can keep without your body having to do something to prove it. Does that make sense? So just say I'm committed to staying keto 100% until the 27th, rather than I'm committed to lose pounds, and you're going to be more successful that way. I actually learned that from Matt and Mega on Keto Connect. I won't take credit. They were the ones who said have an action goal, not a pounds goal. Having a why bigger than yourself, like Keto Floof says, mine is. By the way, I've never seen you here before, Keto Floof. I love that name. It's just adorable. I like saying Keto Floof. It's just, I can say it over and over. Okay, mine is riding a horse and looking better for my sister's wedding. Yes. Look, the way you feel is so important rather than how many pounds on the scale. Comfort Creek Ranch says, thank you for the encouragement. You're welcome. Let's see. Aw, Karen Rothwell says, even when I was 120 pounds, I always wore shorts that came to the knee because I had no confidence. If I couldn't find some, I'd take my jeans and make cutoffs. Yeah, it was the 80s. Cutoff jeans. That's an idea. I could try that. That would be awesome. I can tell you what I'm going to be eating this summer to lose. It's the same boring dang things I've been eating forever. Basically, bacon, eggs, cheese, and yogurt in the morning, and chicken, cheese, sauce, and a veggie at night. That's pretty much what I eat every day. Sometimes a steak, but it's not very often that I eat that. What's the name of Emily's channel? It's Overcoming Emily, if you missed that. Don't forget to go visit her. She is doing awesome. Love it. And Jackie, that 70s lady, says, I've had plenty of success. So true. Yes, I have. Or gummies, but I don't. Keto cakes is much better. Hey, I did eat, though, some of those Smart Sweet gummies because after Karen told me that they were available at freaking GNC, I went in there and bought them out a couple of times. I just didn't necessarily show that I ate them, but I did eat them, and they were good. But they didn't send me off in a giant downward spiral of binge eating. So that's great. Hey, Terry Deshawn! Good to see you. Sorry I'm so behind on the comments, you guys. I'm like an hour behind. It's like, well, not quite. No, I'm 15 minutes behind. That's not bad. I can do that. I can do that. Okay, let's see. Lisa Wrinkle says, I've gained back 10 pounds and I've been doing the same thing as always. Only difference is I'm now 51. I think I'm going through the change. Need to find a new way that works for me. Lisa, it just be water weight. That is the honest truth. I have waffled up 20 pounds of water weight just by traveling or doing something different. Whenever I start a new exercise thing, I always gain water weight. Whenever I even think of changing anything in my diet, I gain water weight. As you guys probably know, if you've been watching me for a while, or if you've binge watched my weigh-in videos, you can just laugh at the water weight problems I have. I put on water like so easy, and so I've just come to not care about the scale. I don't buy it, and I don't believe it when the scale lies to me, because it does all the time. So that's why I was saying, like, if you can get a DEXA scan and do your measurements, things like that, that's a better judgment on if it's working than if you are just going by the scale, because the scale can be completely different one day to the next. It's crazy. Oh, Terry says, I just got offered a state job, so I'll be missing your posts until evenings. I've been eating total carbs instead of net for the last 4 weeks and the scale going down. I'm 2 pounds from goal. Woohoo! That is awesome. Keeping those carbs low is the key. It's hard to do, but that is fantastic. Congrats on your job. That makes me so happy. I hope that it's fulfilling and wonderful and that you enjoy it, but I'm sad I won't be seeing you around on the lives. I wish I could do them in the evening. Maybe in the summer I could do some evening ones. We'll see. Because I don't have a dance all summer most of the time, which is nice. But yeah, back in the fall and whatever, when we start up our crazy schedule again, I got to go back to having it for sure mornings. All right. Hey, Stacy Hall. It's good to see you. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Love Omad says, I too gained 20 pounds last year, but got it back on track in January, and to date, I lost all the weight. Plus, I got to my lowest weight so far, 158.3. It is doable. You will get back. That's awesome. I would love to see the 150s. I would love to see the 160s on the scale, guys. That's my goal this summer. I'd love to see it. I'm not setting a pounds goal or anything like that. I just really like to see it. I think it's doable, and I'd really like to see it. Would be fun. Yes, Fat Girl Fed Up. That was her. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay, so Terry Lee says the keto cakes are shipping to Utah, Nevada, Colorado, Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, and Wyoming. Stay tuned for more states. Good luck, you guys. I hope some of you live in those states. Oh, and if you're coming to the Denver meetup, guys, I'm bringing like 28 keto cakes with me if I can find a way to transport them. Picking up some more tomorrow. So I'm picking up 8 more tomorrow. So I should have a huge amount to share with everybody who wants to come. So I'm hoping there's enough to go around because I can't eat those buggers right now. All right, let's see. Rebecca says she did all of the surgeries separately. 6 months between the circumferential lift and arms, and 3 months later did the thighs. So you did your whole entire upper body. Did you do boobs too? Because I heard that if you do tummy and boobs at the same time, it's really, really hard and scary. Oh my gosh. Just thinking about it makes me nervous. I want to be in the headspace to do that because I really feel like that's the next step. I really, really think. But she said the worst was the thighs. Dang. I wonder if I really need to do my thighs. I think maybe if they do a really nice lift in my tummy, when I lift up my own skin, it really does pull the thigh skin up. And so I wonder if it's possible that I wouldn't need to do my thighs because they're not super bad, especially not on the outside edges. I don't know. I mean, we'll see if I make it into the 160s, how that goes. But yeah, anyway. Jennifer Costa's on board. Girl, you don't need to lose any more weight. I'm sure you hear that all the time. People say that to me too. But yeah. All right, let's see. What does it do? It makes me lose weight. Some people haven't been here before. Okay, let's see. Bless me, good to see you. Keto Grace is recommitting. Woohoo! That's awesome. Let's see. Any more questions? Oh, Nightbot, I'm sorry your wife left you. That sucks. Dude, you can lose some weight if you want to stick around here, because that's what we do. We lose weight. But big hugs to you. Let's see. Carmen Arango says, Hermosa, greetings from Colombia. Hello. No boobs yet? Oh, I really want to do my boobs. My boobs grew down when I got them at age 10. I've never ever had them where they belong. And if I was going to do tummy, I'm just so tempted to do boobs too. I don't know. Yeah. Jackie says my thighs look good. You haven't seen them without pants on. All right, so I did mention my macros before, but Carmen wants to know them now, so I will mention them again. 120 protein, 78 fat, 21 net carbs. Those are my macros. But if you want macros for you based on your height, join the Facebook group, Keto Chaos, or email me at ketochaos@gmail.com, and I'll send you the chart. All right. I hope so, Nightbot. Hugs to you. Okay. Bless Me says, mine too. I never knew anyone else who said that, how they grew downward. They're called pendulous. It's actually just a style of boobs. Hate to be talking about boobs, but sometimes they do that. My sisters are the same exact way. She hates them. I've always loved mine, but now that I've lost so much weight, it's really kind of embarrassing. They look like the old lady sock, a ball down in the bottom of a sock just swinging around. I used to joke when I was breastfeeding my kids that I could breastfeed my kid in the back seat while driving just by pulling him over my shoulder. That's just kind of how they were. It's really, really sad. Who else is going to see me without pants on? Well, everyone that wants to see me in a swimsuit, unless I want to put shorts or a skirt or whatever, trying to cover up my stupid thigh skin. That's all I'm worried about. Is it's summer and I want to put a swimsuit on and I want to not think about the fact that I have wrinkly thigh skin. But you know what? Nobody's looking at my thighs probably anyways. I'm probably pretty proud of myself if I think people are even looking at me. So I should probably not even worry about it, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, girls, it's been an hour and 20, so I should probably go. Thanks so much for chatting with me. My throat is starting to, my voice is starting to go, ah. You're getting board shorts and a bathing suit top? That's not a bad idea. I've actually looked at them. I just feel like they just don't look as cute because my butt looks good. I want to show off my butt, but I don't want to show off my thighs. It's really dumb. Anyway, sorry. Let's not go into that whole thing right now. Hopefully, nobody made it to the end of this video and thinks I'm crazy talking about my boobs and saggy thighs. Oh my gosh. But it's summer, and that's what I'm thinking about, you know? So, thanks so much for you guys for recommitting. We're doing this commitment. We're going to make it through the summer. I'm going to have you guys keep me accountable. You guys give me a hard time if I say, I'm being lazy. I mean, I can choose what I'm going to choose, but hopefully I'm not going to be lazy, and I'm going to get this done so we can see the DEXA scan, comparables, watch for, I will be drinking for some throat coat tea as soon as I am done here. That's literally my first perfect thing to do right now. But yeah, so if you are not already a Patreon member, you want to go and join on Patreon. It's a small commitment. It's a donation to the channel. It's not a ton of money. You can have it as any amount that you want per month. They take it out on the first of the month. And so if you join the Patreon, I'm going to be posting my DEXA results probably tomorrow. It is my goal to edit that video almost as soon as we are done here. So it will be coming up if you are curious. It is very interesting. It answers a lot of questions for me, and I really love having the two comparables to look at and decide whether or not maintenance really did work for me or whether I need to do something different next time. So if you want to see that, definitely join Patreon because you'll get to see it first. But don't worry, everyone will see it. You'll just have to wait another day after everybody on Patreon gets a chance to see it. Like awesome Terry Deshawn, because she's fabulous. I have 10 awesome Patreons who I love and adore. So I'd love to have a few more. That's my plug. All right, guys. I love you all. I gotta go. We'll talk to you again soon.